Illuvium currently has 5 major third-party websites, and that doesn't even include things like the other guilds, the other stores, the communities, and all these discords that are built around the Illuvium ecosystem. And what does that mean for you? That means that there is a lot of different resources when you're trying to learn about Illuvium, what it means to join Illuvium, and just where you need to get your info from. Because Illuvium is an interoperable blockchain game, meaning there's 3 different games, 4 if you count Illuvium Beyond, that all work seamlessly together, and it's something that has never been done in gaming before. But where is the best place to go to get more involved with Illuvium, to learn about Illuvium, and to participate in many of the activities that it offers, mostly including Illuvium Beyond at this point, but there's going to be lots more offerings for things like the Overworld and Illuvium Zero as well in the future. And I'm going to talk about all the different websites involved in Illuvium, and if there are more, please put them down in the comments below, and I may do a part 2 to this video. And as I go through these websites, I will show you all of the key features and different things you can do on these websites, so that when you need information the next time you're trying to learn more about Illuvium, you will know exactly where to go, in my opinions, on what the best place to visit might be for any given want or need. They all serve very different purposes. And not only that, but they all do different things really, really well. And I think that's one of the best parts about this. They've all carved out their own little niche, and it's going to be quite interesting to see it all. So we're going to get going. We're going to start off with the most well-recognized, or maybe the second most well-recognized, I don't know. But here is Alluvial Data. Now, recently they did launch their new marketplace, so we're going to go over that as well. But the first thing is their database. Now, all of these will have a database, and you can see a really nice pullout on the left there. But you can go through and you can see all the alluvials. I know some have a little bit of a concern with, like, you can't see the entire alluvial, but I think they've done it really well, and you can see lots of different things. I will mention, I mean, this is on Chrome, so take it for what you will. I will mention this is one of the slower feeling websites. Obviously, it looks really, really nice, and you can tell it's got some top-notch talent on their design team, but it does feel a little bit slow, and I have a feeling that's because of all their large images and things like that that are evolving on the site. But beauty comes at a cost, I suppose. I don't know how else to put it. You can form your own opinions, but I do really think their database is really sweet. All of their filters and everything on the left is really great, and I especially love that I think they might be the only ones that put the drones up on the website. So if you need things like understanding of drones, different gears and resources, this might be the website to visit for you. Now, as we go to the dashboard where you can see your own collection, you can see that my accessories collection is worth $68,000, even though my highest floor price is the purple carbon quantum collar. As I said, they just released this, so I think they're probably going to be tweaking some of this data. If you want a realistic expectation of kind of what your collection is worth, this might not be the best one, but it looks like they have some really awesome features coming soon, and I'm excited to see how they build this out. That's all I'm going to say on that one. And then you have their marketplace. It looks really great. It's very similar to the Illuvidex. Obviously, a big advantage being you can see more on the screen at once, whereas the Illuvidex, you only have 4 scrolling. So this is way better in that regard. And then you've got all your standard filters, like on the Illuvidex, which is all great and all. Market activity and assets, really standard stuff. Some really great little stats at the top here as well. And you can go through and search up all of the different things. And as I said, this is a little bit slow to load comparison to the other websites, but not by much. This is running a lot better than that initial dashboard page though. And when you want to go buy an Illuvitar, you've got to go to Token Trove or the Illuvidex and then go buy it from there. The Illuvidex is notoriously slow, so I'd probably use Token Trove, and Token Trove is pretty good. I like it. Token Trove is more of an IMX website, so I'm not going to be covering it in this video. So the next one we'll get up to is Alluvial Hub. Okay, so Alluvial Hub has a lot of really awesome things on their site. Here is the main page. This is the news page. So you got the home page, and this is the news page. Well, it's not working. Maybe it's not the news page. Here's the news page, and you can see all the different articles they've put out. They even put one out for the missing rewards. So if you're trying to catch up with some of the really important stuff when it comes to Alluvial Hub, when Illuvium, then Alluvial Hub might be a really great place to go. I believe they do quite a bit of governance stuff, or at least they used to. But they're always updating this, so it's a really awesome place to be. Or if you want to really keep up with it, don't forget to tune into the download every week on Thursdays. Okay. So next they've got their buildings. So for the Illuvium Zero buildings, This is one of the best websites, at least graphically, that you can see the different elements of the different buildings, how long they take to build, what they cost and everything. I actually really love the way they've done this part of their site. It's really, really sweet. And the next one that's big on the Alluvial Hub site is actually, all right, so I stuffed the order of that before, is the Alluviary. Now, you can filter with the different alluvials and the different affinities and everything, pretty standard there. And you can see all the alluvials here. I really like the way they've done that. If we click into one of them, I should have done that. Okay, so you can't click into them by the looks of it, unless I'm doing something really wrong, but you can see the entire collection of alluvials here, which is really, really sweet. I should probably click into an alluvial on Alluvial Data just to double down on that. And here you go, you can see it little pop up here, and you've got all the stats and details and the evolution line and all that sort of stuff. I think this is a really great look at the different alluvials. I'm surprised that they've got the little question mark there, even though they clearly have the image, but that's neither here nor there. The next one is a brand new one on the block. You can see that the UI is very different to these two websites. And it's a bit bright for me personally, but you guys might like it. I have no idea. But it is called the Irvstore.com, and it is, or at least it started as a statistic page. But the guy who's working on this zigzag, he's gotten this up real quick. All right, not gonna lie to you guys. He's putting some real work in here. This is one of my favorite parts of it. Is on the front you can see the latest Beyond NFT sales, the top Illuvitars by total power. It's some really great dashboards and overviews on this website. So the next thing we'll go is we look at the stats page. We can actually see how many total Illuvitars found in the market, and you could search all the different Illuvitars and things like that. I don't know why that's on the stats page, or I'm crazy. That's not the stats page. That's the Illuvitars page. Sorry, some of the UI has been a bit weird, but I think that's my problem on my Chrome. And I don't know why it's just showing Ace, but I guess you could search at different alluvials and things like that. Go to the market, and yeah, I haven't figured this one out. Haven't used this one a whole lot yet. But you go market, you can see all the aces. I don't know why it's only showing one kind of alluvial. Maybe it's probably set in one of the filters here. I just loaded this website for one of the first time in this browser at least, so it shouldn't be remembering any information. So I don't know what's going on there, but it's really sweet. And if you really want statistics heavy things, so if you click this one, you've got all your different stuff. It's really simple. And they're building it out really quickly. So keep your eye on this one, especially for the stats. This is one of the best things they did, is they've got a really simple dashboard here, and you can see the percentage of all the Illuvitars listed, sold, all the different tiers, everything in that bucket. Even like stage 3, you can see that's 12% of the total setup, which makes sense given the odds for stage 3 are about 10%. Then you got megas and things like that. Your background stage 5 is 0.5%, and I just love the way they've done this this stats page. So the next one is actually a website I used Heaps in the past to help me with my videos, and it is Illuvitech. Now they've got two major things. Whoops, I don't want to do that. Hold on. So you can click this little build button. You can go in and you can click like an extractor level 6 for hydrogen and drop it in. That is new, that it shows the radius for the boost. And then on the left here, you can, for different tiers of land and everything, you can see how much you would actually be producing on that land. And you can basically simulate your entire Illuvium Zero plot. I think this is a really awesome tool. And as I said, I've used it a bunch, but I'm using my own lands a little bit more now. And I've also got the database, which is, as you'd probably expect, all the upgrade costs and times and things for all the different buildings. Again, I've used this for my website. Really awesome site. Now, last but not least, we have got Eluvial Master. So here is the Alluvials page. So Alluvial Master has a lot of different tools, and there are more coming. But I'm going to show some of the really key ones that have been updated and refreshed recently. And they've got all of your standard things. I'll probably go into affinities as well. I know a lot of people really like the affinities page because it tells you what all the affinities do, which is one of the most forgettable things in Illuvium right now. But anyways, you can go through and you can see the entire Alluvials collection. Some of these are taking a little while to load in, but it's really quick to jump from page to page, a little bit faster than maybe Alluvial Data, and on par with pretty much everything else. But you can see that, you can see everything coming in, and you can see all the different stats and everything as well. The evolution line. Now, obviously, none of the websites have the full details for, let's say, for everything, because Illuvium hasn't given it to them yet. So keep that in mind. A lot of the newer alluvials that aren't released yet, you won't have the stats for them. And we can also click on Axon and go across there, see its alluvial line and everything like that. Click on Axon and go there. And you get just a great breakdown of everything, and you can see what the affinities do as well, which is what some of the other websites don't tend to do. But I think this is really great, and overall a really great page. So the next thing we'll look at, we'll really quickly look at the affinities thing, because I know people really love it. And you got the affinities thing, and you can just go and click on the different affinities. You can see what all the hyper advantages across them are. You can see all of their abilities and things like that. And it's just really great, really simple. And I absolutely love it. So the next thing we'll go on to is the My Collection page, similar to the database page in Alluvial Data, where you can see how much your collection worth. This one, the team has put a lot of effort into working out the actual value for Illuvitars and land and all the rest of it. And they use a special neural net to try and calculate this. Now, I know a lot of people are concerned with this little charts thing. You can see the price change over time. I know that finds a lot of people concerned because a lot of things are going down over time. And I know a lot of people don't like to see that or don't think that it's accurate. And all I can say is that overall, Illuvitars market has been declining since its release, like with most NFT collections. And it just, I see it as reflecting that a little bit, but it is what it is. The chart is great, and when there's a lot more volume in the system, it'll be even more accurate. So that's really exciting. You can see all your Illuvitars here, what you have. You can put them in order of price and everything else, obviously. And you can also change the size of them with this little button here. So there's 3 sizes, and if you make them really small and I click see all, this might take a little while to load everything in my wallet. You can see all your Illuvitars populate, and you can see your entire collection really, really easily. It's a little bit extreme and probably not a whole lot of use for it, but I love it. You can see how many are in your deck. Also in the recent discs thing, this is one of the best features, one of my favorite features. So if we just go back to a different time, actually this wallet never opened any discs, so that's not going to work. But if we go all the way back to August, I should see some discs on the hot wallet. There we go. So you can see their standard disc, see how much the disc itself was worth. And you go down 76 cents, $2, 24 cents. So $30 disc because it had the Holo Cooker in it. And you can just see kind of how these discs are doing in general. I pulled an Intense Monarch at one point. And yeah, it's a lot of fun going through. And I love this because we initially created this to help out with the disc battles and things like that. I don't think anyone really used it for it, but I thought it was neat. All right. The last thing is actually the marketplace. Now, this has 2 features that the community is talking about all the time. That's bulk buying and bulk listing. So if we go back to my collection, if we go to the hot wallet, you can hit actions, select a bunch of Illuvitars, and hit bulk list. 5% below the floor, and you can list item, and you will have to do a transaction for every individual Illuvitar, but I will tell you right now, it's very easy to do. You can just like spam click on your mouse and you'll go through them all in like half a second. I'm telling you, it's a lot easier than it looks. And in the marketplace, you can also do bulk buy and you can sweep the floor. Now, the beauty of this is after you've done all your filters, for example, if I select Alluvial up here and I go to Ramfire, and then maybe I just want Alpha Ramfire, so I go into the pull out here and click Alpha. I can hit bulk buy, select them all. It will tell me how much Ethereum I would be spending. I can hit the buy button. It'll shoot through a transaction, which I obviously don't have the ETH for. And you'll be able to bulk buy them all with, I think, 1 transaction, or I think you click confirm and then you might have to click it a bunch of times. I can't remember. And the other feature that you can't find anywhere else, I don't even think Token Trove has this yet. They might add it eventually. But if you go to actions on the My Collection page, you can select a bunch of different things, right? And you can hit transfer and transfer them all at once. And it is just 1 transaction. It is a huge win and something I've used so many times, and it's saved me so much time. It's not even funny. It's one of my favorite features. If you take anything away from this video, on Eluvial Master, you can bulk transfer IMX NFTs. Now, we haven't added the other IMX NFTs, and maybe we will, I'm not sure. But you can bulk transfer your Illuvitars, and there's a lot of them, so it's fantastic. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something about the different websites and which ones you might want to use for different things, and have a good day, guys.